Okay, so over the last month or so, I've had this company trying to reach out to me to do this sponsorship called OpenBeat.ai. I didn't want to do the sponsorship, so in turn didn't do the sponsorship, but a couple of creators were unfortunate enough to take on this product and showcase them in their videos, and I'm going to show you in today's video why I dodged a massive bullet with this one. So this is OpenBeat AI, where AI starts music and humans finish. Just describe in the prompt area below to generate your next hit for your YouTube, Spotify event, etc. So basically you can generate music, you can upload a reference audio loop, generate one shots and export as MIDI as well. So essentially you can type in piano, sad piano, and it'll give you a piano and give you vocals and etc, etc, like a lot of them do these days. Here were the price points of that, and I seen it on my emails. They even followed me on Instagram, they commented on random Instagram posts of mine, but yeah, I never thought nothing of it until this week when I seen a few apology videos popping up from various different YouTubers that I follow, like DJ Pain 1 for instance, here, the OpenBeat AI situation. And as soon as I seen this, I just knew instantly that I had missed a huge bullet there, dodged a huge bullet, because this whole AI thing is absolutely a mess and it shouldn't be touched with a barge pole going forward until we have kind of a structure of how it's working, where it's coming from, etc, etc. We'll talk about that later on in the video. He essentially took on this sponsorship and showcased it onto his channel. The same with Av McCree as well. He had done a video on it and then has made an apology video as well. And there's a few other creators that did it. And why are they apologizing? You might want to know. Well, mainly because of this guy here and his work looking into the OpenBeat AI product. This is of course Weaver Beats, and this video here is the one that blew all open. I exposed the biggest music AI scam. So for in today's video, we'll look at parts of his video and just kind of figure out what's happened here. And also I'd want to know your opinions on it in the comment section below as well, because I know loads of people have a lot of diverse and separate opinions from each other.
Boy, I'm feeling sick. It's not COVID, it's not cold either. I'm actually sick of undisclosed ads and AI. You may have seen quite a few people promoting this website known as OpenBeat AI recently. One of the biggest instances of fraud ever perpetrated on music production YouTube. I'm gonna warn you very quickly before we really get into this, do not sign up to this website. Their terms of service are very sketchy. This is what I love about doing exposed videos. I get to play this song. One of the big problems people generally have with generative AI music platforms such as Suno and Udio is that their algorithms have been trained off of musicians' content without their consent.
Exactly, so that's the big point with the AI problem, is that these things get trained on people's music who hasn't essentially agreed for it to be trained on their music. The thing that I heard about the OpenBeat situation, which is why I feel sorry for some of these YouTubers that actually covered it, is because OpenBeat AI told them that it was ethically trained, which means it was trained on people's music that had agreed for it to be trained on their music, so that's fine. So that's where I kind of sympathize with some of the YouTubers that showcase this product, because if a company is approaching you and saying it's been ethically trained, you're going to assume it's been ethically trained, right?
Now, what does ethically sourced mean in this context? It means that their algorithm should be trained off of material that they have the consent to use. Let's take a look at what sort of information their website says about their AI training. If you're having trouble finding their AI training section of their website, you gotta scroll all the way down to the bottom, and in the bottom right there in the very tiny little corner there, it says AI trainings on that tiny little button. Yeah, exactly. They're hoping you're not gonna fucking click it. Okay, they state here they have a hybrid AI generation approach, stating that it's trained from some dude named My Guy Mars. Grammy-winning musician and producer, by the way. They're in-house producers, sound designers, and musicians. Who are they? No one knows. Do they even exist? No one knows. And further down on the page, there's a section named Behind the Scenes, Our AI Training Process. So it should be behind the scenes on their AI training process. And I shit you not, it's this dude smoking weed and just singing into the computer.
Wow. To be fair, these guys don't reek of professionalism just by this video alone, obviously. But also the emails they did send me didn't strike me as like professional emails. I'll show on the screen now what they look like. They basically say, "Hi Dixon, I would love for you to create an honest YouTube video of our AI melody generator. How can we make this happen?" Typically like a professional company wouldn't speak like that. And they haven't even said who it's from or anything like that. And the second one they sent me literally says sent from iPhone at the bottom of their email. So they don't reek of like professionalism in that respect.
The video shows I'm going to show the video on the screen right now. The video shows nothing about their training process at all. Did they upload the wrong video? I don't fucking know. It says click to watch behind the scenes with my guy Mars. So yeah, this is not the AI training process. This is just my guy Mars getting zoinked. This is just my guy Mars smoking on that Zaza Kush. This is just hi guy Mars. So let me just recap here what happened. They were supposed to show us behind the scenes here on their AI training process. For those of us who are wondering if this is actually ethically trained AI, and instead we get some dude getting zoinked. And that's all the information about the training here. Yeah, it really seems like some ethical training, guys.
That's a good point though, to be fair. If these companies do want to, show full disclosure and actually have people believe that it is ethically trained, maybe do show the behind the scenes of whoever is providing this music, I suppose. That would be a very good way to showcase the full disclosure of that. So that's a good point there by Weaver. But on the flip side of that, if you ask a company to provide evidence of if it's ethically trained, if they could just come back with some jargon from ChatGPT, say, here's the proof that it's ethically trained. Like what is proof of it being ethically trained? The actual people that's providing it. Like, would you want to see every artist that provided every piece of music for this ethically trained product? Or what would be the actual proof there? Because if it's just a paragraph of text draft that providing proof, if they're going to lie about it being ethically trained, they can easily throw something into ChatGPT and give you a couple paragraphs on how it is ethically trained. Because if they've lied before, they'll lie again, surely. Yeah, I wonder what would be ethically trained proof other than all of the artists coming together and saying, will you have our permission? But something I don't know, is there kind of like a seal of approval we can get from a third party that kind of can come along and confirm that your product has been authentically approved? That would be cool. I don't know if it exists yet, but it's someone just to give you a verified sticker that you can put on your website, where a third party will come look at your project, go through all of the source material and say, yep, this has been ethically approved, and maybe they can give you like a seal of approval or a stamp of approval, and everybody that goes through that process will have like the stamp of approval on their website. That could be a cool system if it doesn't already exist.
At the results, they sound too good to be ethically trained. I'm sorry, ethical AI training, it takes a lot of work, and the results are not amazing, because training off a bunch of copyrighted material that are proven hit songs yields better results. The fact that this portion of the website that's supposed to prove to us that they are doing ethical training on their algorithm only has one guy with a name actually listed, and the rest of it is just some dude smoking the Zaza, I'm finding it kind of hard to believe that this is actually ethically trained. You're free to come to your own conclusions, but this smells like complete bullshit and weed to me. The next thing I want to do is an experiment. In the past, these generative AI websites, such as Udio, have been busted for copyright training using this exact method. The first step is you go to rateyourmusic.com. It's a website that is used to catalog and rate music. On this website, artists have a bunch of tags listed. You take the tags of an artist off of Rate Your Music, you paste it into the prompt section, and it'll spit out what sounds exactly like that artist. I personally think it has to do with scraping the music and information about it from there.
Very sneaky. Let me know in the comments as well if you guys are using like Suno or any of these kind of companies to make music this way. I remember when it first came about, like maybe 3 years ago-ish, 3-4 years ago, I was like semi-heavy into this AI stuff because I just wanted to get ahead of the curve. I just enjoyed typing in make me a sad piano melody and one would appear and it'd be super cool. Other than that, I haven't used this kind of stuff for a long time now, and I've definitely not used it to put any music out in the ethos. Just kind of looked at it, played with it, and decided that I wasn't going to use it essentially. But yeah, like I said in another video as well, I can understand why people do use it, because we live in a time where everything has the shortest attention span. So for you to make a production, learn production, make a production, get it to a singer, rapper, seeing what studio times are saying, getting your schedule with their schedule, getting them to write lyrics. After that's fully done, mixed, mastered, trying to set up your release date with their release date, and then finally getting it to come out in 7 or 8 months time. It's very fulfilling, don't get me wrong, and the best way to do it, obviously. But for people with no attention spans and just want a shortcut with everything these days, I think making a track like on Suno in the space of 2-3 minutes and then just putting it straight onto distribution, I can see why people are doing that these days. It's literally, it's on trend, it's on brand with everyone's short attention span and people that want instant gratification.
Now this is a little strange here. AI generated audio may occasionally resemble existing works unintentionally. OpenBeat makes no guarantee that generated content will be unique, will not resemble copyrighted melodies, or will be free from potential infringement risk. Users should evaluate generated output before commercial.
Wow. This is a bit crazy, to be fair. So it's basically saying it might put out something that sounds like something that's already out, a copyrighted track already, but you know, you can't say anything about it. You can't sue us or, you know, question us about it, because we have put it in our T's, terms of service. So yeah, that's a bit of a mad thing.
Use. So they're potentially just covering their ass here, but it's worth noting that this website does state that it is ethically sourced.
So if it's ethically sourced, then it shouldn't be putting out similar productions to other people, surely.
Saying, hey, we didn't copy those things, but if it happens to sound like we copy those things, we're not at fault here. Now,
yeah, that's mental.
This part was the strangest part. By accepting these terms, you knowingly and voluntarily waive your right to participate in any class action, class arbitration, mass claim, or collective lawsuit against OpenBeat. The rest of it's not really important, but it's just very interesting that you can't even sign up without stating you will not sue them.
That's weird. Who puts that in their terms of service without knowing that it could potentially happen in the future?
Very sketchy stuff, in my opinion. How dangerous is it to use this audio if I have to immediately, before using it a single time, tell you that I will not sue you? We finally have our smoking gun, and this is thanks to Discord user Fex. It's been proven that these prompts are being run through Suno and then sent back to OpenBeat AI. The website data is accessible on one of the website's public API endpoints. Anyone can publicly access the history of all generated content on the platform without even having an account, via Chrome and Firefox and nothing else. And you can see what prompts were typed in, as well as several different download links. Then we scroll down a little bit, and this long hip-hop prompt has...
I can see it already. cdn1.suno.ai. So essentially it's reading a code, HTML from Suno's website.
URLs for the audio files, one of which goes to music file, and another that goes to a Suno website. Busted, dare I say? The theory is that these...
That is mental. That is mental. I think the problem with this stuff now is that you're getting a lot of non-musical, non-producers kind of jump into, I don't want to say our scene, but you know, the world of music production and just music in general. You got a lot of tech, people call them tech bros, that are kind of jumping in the space now to make a quick buck, as I say. And I just think that someone quite smart has thought, oh, we could reroute this Suno API, shove it into this new interface, OpenBeat, and no one would be none the wiser. And that doesn't seem something a music producer thinks of. That's like a tech bro kind of idea, right? I feel as well when I get contacted in my emails for a lot of this AI stuff, that it's more like tech bros that are contacting me about their products rather than genuine people that make music themselves, if that makes sense.
Prompts are being relayed to Suno and then being downloaded and re-uploaded to a different website before being sent to the user. So not only does this appear to be a non-ethically trained algorithm because it's just Suno, any music you stick into it via the remix feature is actually being used to train Suno as well. So you're being butt-fucked in every which direction and being told it's rain. Also, that Skrillex beat we made earlier, we tracked it down on OpenBeat's API. We have the Suno URL that it was created at, and then we also have the music file URL. You know, the URL they tried to hide that it was made from Suno with. So not only is this platform not ethically trained because it is Suno, they're lying to you at almost every single turn. This may be one of the biggest instances of fraud on music production YouTube of all time.
So yeah, I'm just going to stop it there. I felt like I dodged a massive bullet with this one, simply because over the last couple of years, I've made a conscious decision not to showcase generative AI on my channel. That's because I just felt like, I don't know, it just didn't feel good. It felt a bit, no one really knows where the source material comes from, even if they do say that it's sourced ethically. Even if it is ethically sourced, I don't know if I'd showcase it anymore, because I don't know if I necessarily agree with it being used in general. I think it really takes the fun out of making music. I don't mind like maybe chord generators, like melody chord generators, maybe, you know, people that struggle with music theory, help them make better chord progressions or melodies, kind of like Spawn does with my best friend Jacob. I don't mind that kind of stuff, but when you can click a button or write a prompt and write a full track with a vocal, I don't know, I just think that's just taking the fun out of it, in my opinion. So going forward, I definitely won't be doing any of those until we're at a better space with it anyway. And even since this has dropped, I've had like 2 or 3 new companies reach out to me to do sponsorships on this kind of stuff, and I'm just won't be doing it. Another AI that I don't mind, by the way, is the like mastering type stuff, the ones that kind of listen to your music and help you master your tunes a little bit better. I don't mind that one as much, but in terms of writing prompts itself is not musical to me in general. So to summarize, I understand what Weaver's saying. He's made a great point, but I also see why those YouTubers might have made that video under the safety net of the company telling them that it was ethically sourced. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you dabble with that kind of stuff? Where do you think the music generative AI is going to be going in the future? Is it just going to get bigger and more popular? Is it Warner and Suno? Yeah, Warner Music signs deal with AI music startup Suno and settles lawsuit. This was literally about 2 weeks ago now, so it's just going to be more integrated into our everyday life of making and listening to music. So hopefully we try to adapt, and just, I don't know where it's going to end up. You let me know where it's going to end up in the comment section below. But yeah, dodged a bullet there. Big shout out to the YouTubers that I've mentioned in today's video, because I do actually rate them a lot and watch their videos. But I've been Dixon. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Be safe, be productive, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one.